Oh, there we go. I think you can see me now. Can you see me and hear me? I think I did that right. It's time. I should be a pro at this by now. Hey guys. Okay, so if you are just joining, if you're watching a replay, I want to do a quick catch up to catch everyone up to speed to what we're doing, but then I want to very quickly get off of the catch up and start building because I want to get the solid majority of this app up and running, at least what I need to start getting customers. I want to get like enough of it going today. So if you, and then if we have a little bit of extra time, I would love to start thinking about marketing and show you guys some of the marketing that I'm going to do. So just to catch you up, if you don't know, if you haven't been following, we've been doing this daily series where I share with you my process of launching an app idea and launching an online business. And so I actually have a real idea. And I figured that instead of me building it by myself and doing all this stuff by myself, it would be easier, it would be better, not easier, but fun if I shared the whole process with you. So before we do this recap, I'm going to ask you guys to share this with someone. So if you want to send someone a text them the link. If you want to send it to them on Facebook, depending on where you are, whatever is easiest. If there's someone who you know would get value from seeing this process, like I know we all have friends who talk on and on about the ideas that they want to launch, but they haven't launched them yet. So please do me a favor and just take a second and share this with someone. You can text it to them, email it to them, call them about it, whatever it might be. Okay, as you're doing that, and I would love, let me know in the chat, by the way, if you did that. So what I would love, Simone says, how do I tune in? You're in now. What do you mean? Okay, so let me share my screen here. And let me give you a quick recap on what we're doing. So, can you guys see my screen? Yeah. It's kind of like a weird size. Okay, so what is the app that I'm building? And by the way, like watch, I'm going to refine this every time it gets more and more refined. So I'm going to kind of refine it a little bit. My app makes it easy for course takers to decide which course they want to take by reading ratings and reviews. And also, my app makes it easy for online coaches and course creators to advertise their course on a Yelp-style directory so they can get customers faster and more affordably. There, cool. So like, notice I'm not trying to get everything perfect, everything right the first time. I'm refining it. Every day I'm getting it closer and closer, right? Okay, so this is the idea, and I've already found some people who were interested in this idea. So I went on Facebook. I showed this to you a couple of days ago. I won't go over it all over again, but we'll come back to it later. I went on Facebook, and I found a Facebook group, and what I did was I posted in the Facebook group and said, hey, anybody interested in this? And I got 225 people who were like, yeah, I'm interested. I would love this. Here's my email address. I'm interested, right? So check. I've already validated that like some people are probably going to be interested in this, and I'm going to continue building from there once we get to more marketing. But that was enough for me to say, okay, I'll invest a little bit of time in this. I still don't know if the idea is going to work. I still don't know if I'm going to get paying customers. So I'm still validating it at this point. But I also, on day one of this series, thought through business model. And what I'm thinking about doing is having two tiers. One tier be a free tier. And on that free tier, that, by the way, the paying customer, let me write this out. Who is the paying customer? The paying customer is a course creator. So I'm not charging the people who are interested in taking courses and want to know which course to take. I'm only going to charge the course creators. Okay. And my business model for the course creators is I'd like to have 2 different plans, a free plan and I'm still not sure if I want to do a one-time or a monthly plan. I'm still trying to think that through. But if it's a one-time fee and you want to be promoted again or listed again, you can pay again. But on the free plan, you have a long wait list. You have to wait 4 weeks in order for your course to show up in the app. And you may or may not appear in an email blast that we do about it saying, here are all the cool new app courses in the app. But if you pay for it, you'll immediately get your course in the app. You'll appear on the email blast about it. You can share coupon codes to encourage people to sign up, and you can see who is interested in your course. And then on top of that, coming soon is that you can share upcoming webinars and different things that you're doing to teach people about what it is that you do, right? So that's my business model and how I'm thinking about structuring the pricing tiers. Now, my inspiration, things I'm looking at, producthunt.com, betalist.com, udemy.com, yelp.com. Like, these are the sorts of sites that I'm thinking about because I'm drawing inspiration from them. I am not trying to come up with the world's most novel idea. That is not what I'm trying to do here. I'm drawing inspiration from things that already exist and remixing it to create something of my own, right? And that is totally okay. Sometimes you guys get really caught up in trying to come up with like the most novel thing that no one's ever heard of. That is not a criteria. In fact, if no one's ever done anything like it, it might tell you that there's not a market for it. So you want something where there's something that's kind of inspiring you that you want to do similarly. Okay, then yesterday I started outlining my 3 most important actions, and I'm just catching everyone up right now because we're going to start moving forward. But I wrote down what the 3 most important actions are that people need to be able to do in my app. So for course searchers, people who are looking for courses, the first thing that they need to be able to do is evaluate whether or not they want to sign up for somebody's class by reading ratings and reviews. That's 1. Number 2, they need to be able to receive discounts on courses that they're interested in, enter their email and get a coupon code, right? And they also need to, somebody says the screen resolution is not clear. I'm not, that may be me or you, maybe internet speed, but let me try to make this bigger too, if that helps. For course creators, the most important thing for them to be able to do in the app is to be able to get leads for potential clients. So view a list of email addresses of people who signed up and want more information and want a discount on their course, right? So this is what I did yesterday. Then yesterday, if you remember, I also started drawing. I sketched out what all of the screens of the app are going to look like. So what the main screen is going to look like, where you see a list of courses right here. And I can like courses and favorite courses, and then I can click on one of them and see the details page for it. And I can see all the ratings and reviews. And there's a button that tells me that I can click if I'm interested, or I can click another button to add my own review. This is all the drawing that I did yesterday, and I'm getting ready to actually bring these drawings to life for something that people really can use. So if I click I'm interested, then I see this form and I sign up to get discounts, coupons, more information. If I want to leave a review, I choose this form, right? Simple. Now, also, if I am a paying customer, I can also see a list of my interested customers. So I intentionally limited the scope of how fancy this was going to be. I have so many other ideas of other stuff that I want to do, but I'm not going to do it right now. Like, notice the other stuff that I thought of, or some of the other stuff, I put coming soon. Not only as a note for the customers, but for me to not get distracted in all the bells and whistles. That's not the name of the game here. I want to try to, by next week, have some paying customers. And I want you to come on this journey with me so we can see if we can make it work. And so in order to do that, I have to not get distracted. If I want to go from idea to paying customers in a week, I've got to stay focused. Make sense? Okay, let's move on. Because the last thing that we did yesterday, just to catch you up, is we decided what tool we were going to use to build the app. And we decided, let me show you, that we were going to use Glide, a software tool called Glide, in order to create your app. And Glide starts with a spreadsheet. The spreadsheet is the database that saves all of the information about your customers. It's saved into a spreadsheet. You connect your spreadsheet to Glide, and then Glide turns your spreadsheet into an app. You've got to do some moving things around, but it's going to create it into an app. So that's what we're going to do today. Now, yesterday, to prepare for today, what I did was I started setting up my spreadsheet. Right? I have a tab. I don't know if you can see this. I have a tab for courses, and this is the listing of the different courses that are in here. I've got a tab for ratings and reviews. I've got a tab for user profiles. I've got a tab for interested customers, right? So what I want to do today is I want to take this database that we set up yesterday. I'm going to take this, and attach it to Glide. Now, I want to make sure you guys are looking at the right thing. I can't see your first name. Breakbeat says, I was looking at Glide, but the pricing, yikes. I want to make sure you're looking at the right thing here, because I'm going to be using, I'm not on the free plan. Actually, no, I'm going to be building this on a free plan, So I just want to point out that even after the free plan, I'm going to switch this over to monthly. It's $29 a month. Now compare that to the $10,000 plus it costs to build an app otherwise. We'll take $29. All right. So I want to show you this now there, so that you can get a sense of how much these kinds of tools cost, right? They're usually pretty affordable. They range, because I mentioned there's like 5 different tools that I teach. So they range from, I'd say $19 a month all the way to maybe $59 a month. But still, compare that to the $10,000 you would pay to get your app built by someone. It's just like a big difference. Oh yeah, and you said I didn't see the switch. Yeah, this is important for you to know. Just in any software tool, when you're ever looking at pricing for any type of software, remember that you want to switch between yearly and monthly. Make sure you're not looking at like just the super expensive plans. For organizations and for individuals are fine. So make sure you look around at the different pricing options. They make it look more expensive on purpose because they're trying to make money. I don't blame them. Okay, so here is the, let me sign in. I'm going to sign into my Glide account. If I can remember my password, let's see. I may already be logged in. Oh, I'm already logged in. Okay, great. So I don't have to create an account because I already have one, but I'm just going to sign in to my existing, and I'm going to click Create App over here. So I'm going to create a totally new app, and specifically, I'm going to create it from a Google Sheet. See this option up here? I don't know if you guys can see my screen. Okay. So I'm going to click from Google Sheet, and it's going to ask me which Google Sheet you want. Here's all your Google Sheets. Which one are we looking for? And this is the one, I called it App Database. This is the one we just created together. So I'm going to select it. And what's going to happen now is it's going to connect my spreadsheet to my app builder. It's going to do its best job, the best job it can, because it's a computer, so it's not that smart. It's software, right? It's going to do the best job it can to set up the app the way it thinks that I want it. But a lot of those settings I'm going to have to override and make my own opinion about how I want it to be laid out. But it's just going to take its best guess at how I might want the app to be laid out, and I'll make some tweaks and changes to it. So it's done that. And notice I've done a couple clicks at this point. Like, we haven't even done too much here. Can you guys see my screen okay? I just want to make sure that it's visible for you guys. Let me see if I can make it a little bigger. You can see? Okay. Cool. A couple questions before I move on. Was that Mark? I can't see who asked that questions. Oh, Mark M on YouTube, who's watching from YouTube. By the way, people are watching from all different channels, YouTube, Facebook, etc. But Mark says, what are the 5 tools that I teach? So I actually will not share the exact 5 tools that I teach. The reason why is because I have I won't even show it to you. I won't even get into that. A workbook that I give specifically for the people who are in my app training program. It's called After That Code Bootcamp. that you answer some questions about what you need your app to do, and it tells you which tool to use. So I'm not going to get into all the tools. However, I'll tell you that one of them is the tool that I'm using right now. It's called Glide. Cool. And then Kendall says, hey, Tara, thanks for sharing your process this way. It was wonderful after yesterday, or was wondering after yesterday, would you also need to build out a screen for creators to upload your courses? Oh, or does that happen in Glide? That's a good point. I actually didn't design that. I should have designed that. I'm going to build that. That fell through the cracks. Yeah, there needs to be a place where they add the course in there. I'm just going to build it now, but I'll show you that. Thank you for reminding me. I'm going to write that down so I don't forget it this time too. Yeah, you need to be able to add. Okay. Rigby says, yes, I'm not mad at them getting paid. Yeah, like they've built a cool tool for us to use. We'll give them their $29. Yeah. Okay. Chiquita's in bootcamp. Chiquita says, it's worth it if you're not part of the Apps Without Code bootcamp community. I'm using one of the tools now. Yeah. Some of you guys already know the secrets. Okay, so here we go. So let's look at what Glide has put together for me thus far. So first of all, there's a tab that has courses, and it's actually not bad. Like, this is a list of the courses that are available. It doesn't look terrible, it looks okay. But I kind of want to show the courses in a little bit of a different layout. So you can see over here, like in the style section, that I can change the style of how my app, the screen of my app looks. So like, for example, it's in list format now, but I'm just gonna play around with this. And this is actually one of the things that a lot of you guys miss. You get this wrong. You think that when you come into a software tool, you're supposed to know what every button does. You don't. So you just gotta click around. And if anything happens, you just click undo. So you have to develop this this fearlessness about just clicking around things when you get into a new software, just to like learn your way around. So watch me, I'm gonna do that, right? Like, I don't know what these different styles are, so I'm gonna try them and click them around. This is compact. Okay, it looks a little bit different, sort of smaller. I don't really like that. This is tiles. That's not bad, actually. I kind of like that. I'm gonna put an image where it currently has that purple section, but that's pretty good. Calendar. This isn't a calendar, so there's not really any reason to do that. But okay, no, skip that. Map. No, I can skip that. I already know it's not a map. If I wanted a map, this is what it would be like, but I don't need a map. It's also not a checklist, but let's click and see. Checklist, that's not it, right? Cards. Ooh, I kind of like that. Let me give you sort of an insight. Glide just added this cards thing. And card design, I just want to give you this context. If you're a designer, you probably already know this. But you know how you can look at a website and tell it's from the 90s? Like, it's dated. You know what I'm talking about? When you like see a website and you're like, ooh, that doesn't look current. It looks like you made that in the 90s. We go through trends with websites and apps, with what is popular in terms of how you design something. So for example, right now, usually something called flat design is popular. And that means that, okay, like here's an example. See this button right here, this share button? It is one flat color. But what used to be popular is like a gradient on it. So it like looked like the button was like coming at you, right? It just is, these are certain things about design with apps that you should start to notice. Like when you're on your phone, start to notice how they design things. It just helps you get a sense of what will look nice, right? Okay. So there are a couple questions before I move on. Oh, will you include a link to join your bootcamp? Yeah, let me do it right now. This is the link to sign up, join.appswithoutcode.com. And then if you want even more information, actually that'll give you most of what you need. Right there. So there's that link. You should be able to see it in the chat. And then who said that? I'm glad you're making this point because we don't know what all the functions are. Yeah, you don't have to know what all the functions are. Like, this is sort of a misconception, right? Is there a maximum number of creators that you can place into this app? That was April's question. So this kind of goes back to Glide's pricing. So on my, let me see if I pull this up. I'll just give you the quick answer. Yes, but there's different tiers based on how much quantity of data I have in my app. So they set their pricing based on how many rows of data you have. So if I have 10 courses, that's 10 rows of data, for example. So the first plan gives you 25,000 rows of data. So like that's 25,000 users or 25,000 courses, whatever. If you have more than that, you just move to the next plan. Right. And ideally, once you have more than 25,000 users, you're making some money so you can afford the next plan, right? If you've done it right. Okay. All right. So here we go. So I actually like the card design the most. It's kind of the most fresh and relevant, but I do want images to be in here. And so let me set that up so that I have it. Now, the way that I'm going to do that, let me just do something really quickly here. Just for the purposes of this demo, this is not how people are going to add images later, but this is just how I'm going to add images for now. Excuse me. So I'm just going to go grab the images that I want because I'm going to grab 2 images for each of those courses so that I can see what this is going to look like with pictures. And let me just drop those pictures into my drive, my Google Drive, which is, if you're not familiar with Google Drive, it's like a free file storage on the internet, on the cloud. So I'm going to take 2 images I want to use, or not. My computer's going real slow since I'm live streaming. Bear with me here. Here we go. Okay. Here's one. And let me upload the other one. And I'm going to put the images in. This is, again, not how my customers are going to add images, but this is just to get this kind of going so you can start to see with me very quickly how the design is coming together. All right, so I'm going to let these load up. I'm going to give it a second. Okay, here's one that's ready. And I'm just going to grab the link that what Google does is it provides a link for you for any file that you upload. So like if you want to share that file with a friend, you can send them this link. So I just need to grab that link if it will let me. Okay, I'm going to come back to this because it's not. Okay. All right, so back over at Glide, what I need to do next is I need to set up this data section so that the app knows what to show where, right? So for example, for image, I want to show the column in my spreadsheet that was called image. For the header, I want to show, I think it's fine to show, or maybe like for the header, maybe I'm going to show genre, right? And for the title, I'm going to choose the name of the course. So what I'm doing right now is I'm connecting my Glide to the spreadsheet columns that I set up already. Does that make sense? Okay. So this is pretty good. I can also play around with the design sizes and all kinds of stuff, all kinds of changing of the design here, right? But this is pretty good. I like this. I'm not going to get stuck in analysis paralysis of all the best ways to make this look. I need to move forward, right? Okay, I will get images to put in here in 1 second. Let's see if I can get to them. Doesn't want to let me. All right, I'm gonna let Google do its thing for a second since it's taking forever to load. Okay, so this is looking pretty good. I now want to address, who was that who called me out on what I forgot yesterday? And they're like, wait a minute, you forgot to add the ability to add a new course to the app. Who called me out on that? I want to add that now, because the next thing that I want people to be able to do is to be able to say, ooh, I took this class and it was really good. I don't see it in the app. Let me add it to the app, right? So to do that, over here, there is a section that says add. And there's a checkbox here that says, do you want to allow users to add items? And yeah, I do. I want to allow users to add items. So when I click this checkbox, I'm going to go back. What happens is a plus sign appears right here. Can you guys see that plus sign? If I uncheck it, the plus sign is gone. If I recheck it, the plus sign is there. It's right here. So if someone's like, ooh, I want to add a course to your app, then they would click that plus sign. And now what I need to do, now that I'm setting this app up, is I need to set up this form that they would fill out in order to add something to the app. So I need to, what it's done is Glide has like made its best guess at what I might want, but I need to go in and make sure that that's right and make changes to it. So if I'm not sure what to do, I'm of course guided by the drawing that I did yesterday. And I can use that as a reference. If I had drawn this screen, that would have been ideal, but I forgot it yesterday. So now I'm going to add it. So here we go. This still won't let me click it. I'm trying to get this link and it's not helping me out here. So here we go. Now it wants to move really fast. My computer. Okay. All right, let's keep working while it's working on its own thing. So what are the things that people need to be able to add when they are adding a new course to the app? Well, first of all, they want to put the name of the course, all right? And the title here is going to be name of course, and it is required. You can't like skip that. And then also, when someone types that in, I want that data to get saved to my spreadsheet, and I want it to save to the column that says name. Does that make sense? Make sense? Jeffries, I'm going to catch you up. What the heck am I doing? I'm just showing people how I'm structuring my app. And so you can sort of tune in and out if you need to. That's fine. Okay, and I'm really just beginning, so no one's missed anything critical, and there will be a recording. It'll be available at this link afterwards. Okay, so I wanted to save to the actual name column, right? Okay, now what else? I also want people to be able to add an image for the course here, right? However, this right now it set up my image as a text entry, and you're not gonna like type words for the image. You have to be able to upload an image from your computer, right? So I'm gonna delete this, and I'm gonna click this purple plus sign up here to add a new section. And this new section is gonna be image picker, which will allow them to upload their own image. So I'm gonna choose image picker. And I'm gonna say, and you can see it down here at the bottom, upload a photo of the website for this course. And this is required, and I want it to save to the column that says image, that column that I created in my spreadsheet, okay? I'm gonna now that it's here, I just wanna drag this up. So it's the second thing. Bam. Okay, now the next thing I have is a description. And I'm going to click on this. I just want to be more specific, a description of the course. And this is required, right? So I'm just putting my settings in about how I want someone to fill this out. That's all. Okay, let's see. Coupon code's not going to be visible at this point because, actually, no, it is. So if the course creator is creating this, they're going to put coupon code here if they already know of one. but this one's not going to be required. It's like, if applicable. I don't want people to think that they can't add something if it doesn't have a coupon code, right? Okay, and then I'm going to remove the course creator email from here for a moment, but I am going to keep genre here. However, I don't know if I want people to be able to type in whatever genre they want. I kind of want them to choose from multiple choice here. What do you guys think? Do you think I should let people be able to type in whatever genre they want, or multiple choice for genres? What are your thoughts on that? SwiftPin says, can this be used for building a social media app? Yes. However, there's a different tool that I recommend if you want to build a social media app. Can you do it here? Yes. Is there a better tool to build your social network app? Yes. Right. Okay. Okay. Lots of people are saying no, they need to select it from multiple choice. Yeah, I think you're right. Okay. So this requires me to go back to my spreadsheet to set up my multiple choice options. So I'm going to go back to my spreadsheet here, and I'm going to add a new tab to my spreadsheet, and I'm just going to call that tab multiple choice. Rename it multiple choice. And I like Veronica's thought on like, let them pick, change it later. I think that's pretty smart, actually. I'm going to do this really quickly, and if I get stuck on it, I'm going to just leave it so that they can type. Okay. So let's see here. The genre multiple choice is going to be, give me some genres of courses, maybe business and lifestyle. I actually want to limit this to only business courses for now. I want to get specific. So what am I going to do? I'm actually going to leave this. I'm going to take Veronica's feedback, and I'm going to delete it. And I can do this later. This could be an extra thing that I can try later. All right, so let me move this. Genre, gone. Right, I can add this later. Okay, so here we go. So this is the form that people can fill out. And I want to just pause for a second and note that like there are a bajillion opportunities to get distracted here. It's even hard for me. I'm doing my best to avoid them. But notice that is like a skill that I'm putting in place because I'm trying to get this launched fast. So sometimes I just scrap it. Right? This is the real process. Okay, all right. So here we go. Let me try now adding a course to see what it's like. I'm actually going to add a duplicate of the one that's already here. I'm going to add my own. After that code bootcamp. And the photo that I have, I think I have something that I can use. It's already on my computer. Here we go. And the description is, oh, it's uploading. That was a really big image file. And my computer is ultra slow. Okay, the description is learn to build your own app and make money from it. And the coupon code, you want to write this down. There is a discount code, and this is the code to get your coupon. And then if I were adding this into the course, I would click add. And look, there it is. This is the one that I just added down here, right here. It's on the list. Cool. All right. So here is the next thing that I want to do, right? So what I've done, just to recap thus far, is I've created it so that, and I'm going to get rid of, actually in my app database, I'm going to get rid of those other listings. But what I have done is I've created it so that you can add something. Now, M Murphy says, don't the creators pay for their listings? Can anyone just add, or course creators only? So what I am going to add a little bit later is I am going to add to this form a multiple choice that says like, which plan do you want to do, the free plan or the more expensive plan? But I want to move forward with this first, and then I'll come back and add another round of bells and whistles on here. I want to get it working first. And that way, once I get it working, even though I'm not done with the app, and you'll notice this, even when I'm not done with the app, I'm going to take some screenshots of it and use it in my marketing, right? Because I'll still have a little bit of time to finish it up, but I'm going to move forward with confidence anyway and start talking to people about it. So let me do a couple things to just clean this up. I'm going to delete these other listings because it's better if I do it right here from the course. And I'm going to come over here and just reload my sheet to refresh this. Okay. All right. I'm also going to add one more. Let's add one more. Let's add my friends here. Course from scratch course. And here's an image. Someone said, I like your avocado profile pic. Yeah, it gives me a random logo for my app. Somebody asked me how I came up. Chrissy says, how did you come up with this idea? I was looking for a class to learn about YouTube and YouTube advertising, and I couldn't find it. So that's how I came up with it, right? Okay, all right, so here we go. So here's my screen. Now, this is pretty good. This is coming together. I'm gonna leave this here and continue moving on. I just want to see, look around if there's anything that I missed that's important, but I think this is pretty good. All right. Okay, so the next thing to do is to set up the page. So when you click on one of these courses, you can leave ratings and reviews and all that good stuff, right? So I'm going to click on one of the courses. And again, Glide has done its best job it can trying to guess how I want to lay it out, but it doesn't really get it right all the time. So I've got to edit it. So a couple things here. I want the image to go up top. Casey Sharp says it looks nice. Thank you. It's pretty nice for just like not that long we've been working on this, right? So I'm going to click the plus sign here. And I'm going to grab... Ooh, I could grab either an image or there's this thing called titles too that's kind of nice. Let me try this title thing. Let's just see. I don't know. So with the title, which would go at the top, it puts the name of it right on top. And I kind of like that, actually. It looks nice. So let me just drag this up to the top here. And let me also add let me click on the settings for the title. Yeah, somebody said I should add a genre. So I do like that. So see here, it's asking you, what information from your spreadsheet do you want me to show? So when there's the title, what column should I get that information from in your spreadsheet? And I'm like, oh, get it from the name column. And then for the details, it's like, what column should I get this from in your spreadsheet? And like, let's get it from the genre column. I'm just playing around with this here. And oh wait, no, we took genres out. Never mind. Don't get distracted by genres, Tara. Okay, let's put nothing here. And then the image is coming from the image column, right? Okay, all right. Now, also, I want to put some other things on this page. I want to put a description here. I'm going to use what's already available to me. I'm going to put basic text, but I'm going to change this to the description section so you can see what this class is about. And again, if I ever get lost, I've made it easy for myself because I've literally outlined exactly what needs to go on this page, right? Like I outlined it for myself. So the image goes here. There's the title. Maybe I'll put the title. Let me stick to my design that I did. So my title goes here. And so let me put it up at the top. I'm just going to make some basic text. And let's put the style to be big. And it's going to be name. And let me put this up at the top. Here we go. Boom. This is more like my drawing that I did, right? Okay, and then I've got the description here. And I've got, what else was on my drawing? What's next? What's next? And Murphy says, this is blowing my mind. Yep, I told you guys, this is accessible. Do you have to learn some things? Yes. It's not like you don't need to learn anything. But yes, absolutely. So then we've got the I'm interested button, the add a review button, and more. Okay, good. So let's put the add a review button first, right? Actually, yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Now, there's something I want to do. Just going to get rid of all this. There's something I want to do first. And the thing that I want to do first is I need to set up something in my data. Now, Jason had a really great question. I want to directly answer this question because a couple people have asked me this. Well, here's the question. How the heck would this be any different than Udemy? Let me show you what Udemy is in case anybody is not familiar with Udemy. Let me show you. So udemy.com is a site for people to create courses and to sell them. Now, why would I not just say, well, Udemy already exists? Well, two reasons. Number one, an app does not have to not exist in order for me to build it. And I want to hammer this point home. I am not trying to build the world's most novel thing, right? I'll give you some examples. Uber and Lyft both exist. They both make lots of money. They're both good, and they can coexist in the same ecosystem. What are some other examples? Twitter and Facebook both exist, and they can coexist in the same ecosystem, right? So there's no industry that you can think of where there's not more than one thing. So I never get scared off. A lot of you guys get scared off, and you're like, I have an idea, but there's something sort of similar to it. That's good. Great news for me. Udemy is a multi-million-dollar company, which means that there's room for me to make my multi-millions too. Difference in mindset of approach here. However, there's one thing I really want to do different about Udemy, and Jesse really pointed at it. One of these things is that Udemy is really general. They have all kinds of categories of classes, and also the types of classes that are on Udemy. Like, let me just show you a couple of these. The types of classes that are on Udemy are usually low in price point. They are, like, let me pull up some examples, and I think this is still true. I'm not on Udemy regularly. They're $12.99 courses, right? Maybe $49.99 courses. And in my personal experience is that when it comes to courses, you get what you pay for. So if you take a $12.99 course, there's nobody to help you. There's no coaching. There's no training. I want to make mine for premium courses $1,000 and above. Maybe we'll do like $500 and above, right? So slightly different market, slightly different type of experience. I want this to be for high-end courses, not courses that are kind of like quickly slapped together. So a different kind of market. And that is enough of a niche for me to make lots of money on my own app. Does that make sense? Like, I know that that's kind of like a mindset shift for a lot of people. It's kind of confusing. So I just want to clear that up. Cool. Okay, other questions. What did I miss? Valerie says, this is awesome. I really did not believe the training was real. Now I'm hooked. I've ignored the invitation for months. No worries. Now you're part of the family. I love it. Mark says, if this is a mobile app, do you have it in the Play Store or Apple Store? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to launch a web app. Intentionally going to launch a web app. So let me just break down the different types of apps so you know what I'm talking about. A native app is they call it native for a couple of reasons I'll explain, but a native app is the kind of app that you download from the App Store, right? But that's not the only kind of app. For example, if you go on Facebook and you go to facebook.com, right, on your computer, then you will still be able to log in. You'll still be able to access all of your information. You're still in the app. It is a web app. The app is on the web at facebook.com. right? Anywhere where you log in is an app. A lot of you guys go to things and you think that they're websites, but then you log into them. That's actually an app. It's a web app, right? So there's a web app, and then there's also a mobile web app, right? So the mobile web app is where you get out your phone and you go to Chrome or Safari or whatever you use on the internet, and you type in facebook.com. Now notice it doesn't look big like it does on the computer. It's nicely compact for a phone, right? So I'm gonna build a mobile web app and a web app. And the reason I'm gonna do that is because I don't have to go through the approvals process for Google and Android. I don't have to pay extra money to Google and Android for rent for being on their platform. I don't have to do any of that. I will eventually do that, but for now, remember, I'm trying to get this to people fast. So I'm gonna build it as a web app first because it gets me to market faster. Cool, okay, all right. So the next thing that I need to do is be able to have ratings and reviews here. Can you do geolocation in this? Yes, you can. I showed maps a little bit earlier. So the next thing that I need to be able to do is to be able to show a list of ratings and reviews, right? So to do that, I'm gonna do something that's a little bit fancy. So I'm just giving you a heads up that if you don't fully grasp what I'm doing and you're not like, oh, I'm able to replicate that on my own, that's okay. Like I have a whole training program, and people are in there working and studying on getting their skills really good to know exactly what to do and what to click. So I just want to show you what it is. It may seem like I'm going fast. That's okay. This is something a little bit more advanced that I'm getting ready to do. But what I want to do is I want to be able to show a listing of the ratings and reviews. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little bit of changes in my database. I'm going to go over here and click data. And what I need to do is I need to have, see there's this column called courses, and then there's another column called ratings and reviews. I need these two columns to be able to speak to each other so that when someone leaves a new rating and review, it's connected to the course that they were leaving the review for, and vice versa. So over here in my courses tab, I'm going to add a new column. And this new column, hold on one second. I'm gonna move something over so you guys can see this here. This new column, add column, and I'm gonna call this like rating, what do we call it? Match to ratings. And it's going to be a relation so that they can relate and talk to each other. And the thing that I want to connect is the name of the conference. So the name, and it's going to match to the ratings and reviews for the column. It's called the course that they're reviewing. So I'm connecting those two. And there can be multiple matches, meaning there could be multiple reviews for each course. Again, this is something where I'm starting to get a little bit more fancy. This is why you want to get some training on this so that you can get really good at it, right? So here we go. Let me make sure I've got this set up right. I've got my name, ratings, reviews. Yep, perfect. Which course they're reviewing. And over here, the thing that it's going to connect to is which course they're reviewing. Okay, perfect. Okay, all right. So when I go back to my layout, I'm gonna add something in here, and I'm gonna add what we call an inline list. And the inline list is gonna ask me, like, what do you wanna show a list of, right? And I wanna show a list of ratings and reviews. So now I can see people's reviews in here, and I wanna just format this a little bit. I wanna put, let's say for the title, let's put their rating. But for the details, let's put their review, right? So you can see they gave it a 3, it was okay. 5, it was great. Okay, so I'm gonna edit this. And then for the image, let's leave that as is, right? I'm gonna add it as a profile image, but I'm gonna do that in a second. Cool. So this is starting to come together where I can see a list of what people have rated it. And I want to make these like star ratings instead of just numbers, right? But I'm going to continue to build upon this as I go. Okay, let me pause for a second and take any questions. Veronica says, where will the course content be housed? So great. I'm going to rely on the people who are adding their courses to have their own places where they have their course. So this is not going to be a place where you create a new course from the beginning. That's not what we're trying to do here. I want people who already have existing classes to post them here, so they'll just put the link to it. Does that make sense? So the course content will be on their website. Other questions, there's a question, if there's glitches or bugs after the app is completed, is Glide able to fix those bugs, or would we have to figure it out? So Glide is just a tool. Let me give you an example. If you wrote a book in Microsoft Word, Microsoft is not going to help you edit your book. They just provide the tool. So one of the nice things, Latrice, about building without code is that you're way less likely to have things break and to have code break because you're not even touching any code. Essentially, we're dragging and dropping things around, but what's happening is that behind the scenes, when we drag things around, the code is changing in the background, but we don't need to know any code, right? So that makes it a lot easier for us. Because we don't need to have any of that, right? We don't need to make any of those changes. We can just drag and drop things around. Now, there will be things like if you maybe want to make a change and you accidentally made the wrong change, right? You just drag it back to where it was kind of thing, or click undo. So it's a different kind of thing here where you are going to be you can make your own changes to it, right? Cool. Okay, all right. So what else do we need to do here? There's some more kind of bells and whistles I want to add to this, but what else do we need to do? What do you guys want to do next? Let me know what you want to build next that is part of our plan, not just like a fun thing, but part of our plan. Yeah, in reviews, users are going to need to upload their pictures. Yeah, that's right. They should upload their pictures, and I'm going to add that. I actually don't think, let me look at my database here. I don't think I added that. I'm going to add that as a place where in my database for ratings and reviews, I'm going to put profile image right next to it on here so people can add their image. No, that's not how you spell profile. You get the point. All right, so let me know in the chat what you think is the next most important thing for us to do. While you're doing that, I'm going to change right here. These are like numbers. I'm going to change this to be stars. So the best way to do that is actually to grab emojis. I like to use emojipedia.org to get emoji graphic. Grab the star. Copy. Okay. So let me put this in here while you guys are deciding what we should build next. Again, I'm not building like cool things. I'm building things from the most important features we already talked about. That's where you want to make sure you don't get distracted. There's all kinds of cool things I want to build here. I'm just changing this to stars instead of actual numbers because I think it'll look better. Okay. Here we go. Go back to the app. And let's refresh this. There we go. All right, that's a little better. Okay. All right, so let's see what you guys want to do next. Is it possible to make a comment section for the course or show a social component? It is possible. We had this whole debate yesterday of if we were going to do comments or if we were going to do ratings and reviews, and we decided to do ratings and reviews. Maybe later on I'll add more just comments and chatting and social components. But yeah. You're charging the instructors to list their course. Yes, there will be an option for them to list for free, but it won't show up immediately. I haven't built that part in yet, but yes, or they'll pay for it. So let's build next the part where you add a review. All right, let's do that next. So, and Andrew had a great question, maybe a quick video recap of the course. These are all cool bells and whistles that I may add later. I'm gonna write down all these ideas, I love them. But right now, I'm gonna stay focused on my design. So the next thing here to do is to put the add a review button. So let's do that next, okay? So let's come over here, see where we left off here. I'm gonna change this to profile image. And let's add a button. So I'm gonna go back up here, purple plus sign, and I'm gonna find a button, and the specific kind of button that I want is a form button. A button that when I hover over it, by the way, like if you come in here and you don't know what anything these things are, if you hover over it, it tells you what it is. So form button says open a form screen, open a screen where people can enter their information into a form. That's what I want here. So form button. And I'm gonna change this form to be add a review. What did my button say before? Yeah, add a review. Okay, good. And I can change sort of the design of the button over here. I like this one. And let me drag it up to be in the right place. Okay. All right, here. This is bothering me. This says courses. This should say reviews. Okay, better now. Okay, so add a review. So when someone clicks add a review, a form's gonna come up and people are gonna be able to fill in their review. And if I'm not sure what to put on the page, I already drew it for myself yesterday, right here. So there's a couple questions that I need to ask them. Let's go set that up. So when we click add review, we need to set up the questions. So the first thing, I'm gonna clear this all out because Glide tries to guess what you want, and sometimes it's easier for me to clear it out and start fresh based on my drawing. So the first thing, I want people to enter text entry, and I want them to, the column that I want them to put is their profile image. I'm sorry, wait. Not right. What do we put here? Let's do upload photo first. Let me start over, back up. Add a review, delete this. Okay, so let's add a profile photo first. So plus sign, and let's do image picker, so they can add an image from their computer, or from their phone, or wherever they are. And let's make this required for now. And the column that we want it to save to once they upload the image is the profile image column. And let's say upload a profile photo or selfie. Okay, so they can do that here. And also, I need them to put their rating. Oh yeah, their rating, their review, all that good stuff. So let's add another part to the form where they can put their review. So I can do text entry. I also like, yeah, text entry is good. And I'm gonna say, write your review. Someone asked, can you add video or audio to the app? Yes, I can. This review is required. You can't just like write a review and not say anything. That would be weird. Okay, and then also, what else? I want them to, a checkbox of if they want to receive coupons or not. So this is checkbox. And the column that it's gonna save to is, oh wait, sorry. Did you take the course? That's a checkbox. Did you take the course? That's required. I have enrolled in this course, and they can check that or not. Okay, and what else is on my drawing? Review. I'm going to leave name out of it. I actually don't think I need it, but I am going to put a rating here. So I'm going to click this plus sign, and I'm going to do the drop down, right? The drop down. Yeah, results matter in picking a course, reviewers' experience. Yeah, I want people to be able to say their review and their experience for sure. Okay. And then there's another question. Dee says, question for damage control. Will you be able to approve or deny reviews and profile photos posted to the site? Yeah, as the administrator of the app, I can delete anything. So yes, absolutely. And what I'll do is like periodically I'll take a look through and make sure that everything is okay and appropriate and be like the moderator essentially. Okay. Dee says, are you adding each sheet as it will appear in order, or are you able to rearrange them? Yeah, I can rearrange them like this. So the order, see, I'm dragging it. The order I put it in my sheet, it doesn't matter. Because I can move it all around once I get inside of Glide like I am now. So when I'm doing my sheet, I'm just trying to like get all the different things I need, the different types of things people need to type in, right? Okay, so let's do this one last thing. We want them to leave their review, but we want them to leave the review from a drop-down box. So whenever I want to add like a multiple choice, I'm going to go back to my database. We actually started doing this. And I'm going to add a tab that's called multiple choice. So let's add a sheet. The sheet is going to be called multiple choice because Glide's going to need to know what the options are for the multiple choice. So options. And let me go get my stars again. The options are going to be 1 star, 2 stars, 3 stars, 4 stars, 5 stars, essentially. 1 star, 2 stars, 3 stars. Oh, doesn't want to put 3 stars. Okay, there we go. 4 stars and 5 stars. So I want this to appear in the drop-down menu because I don't want people to like type something random that's not a star rating. I want it to actually be a rating option. So, okay, let's go back to the app. And anytime I make a change in my spreadsheet, I'm just going to click reload so it brings in all my changes. So reloaded. All right, so now let me go back to where I was. I was on the page for a course, and I was in the add a review button. And I want to click this purple plus sign up here. And I want to add choice, multiple choice. And the column that I want, or the spreadsheet where the multiple choice live is that spreadsheet I just created called multiple choice. So right here, Glide's like, where do I get the information for the multiple choice? And you're like, duh, in the tab that I created called multiple choice. And then it's like, what column in that tab do you want me to pull the multiple choice from? And you're like, duh, the one I created called options. Right? See how this goes? Okay. And then it's like, what column do you want me to save this information in on the actual review that they're adding? And I'm like, okay, just save it in the column that's called rating. This is their rating that they're giving it. And it's like, is this required? And you're like, yeah. Right? So you're just having this dialogue back and forth as it's asking you how you want this to set this up. Right? This does take a little bit of learning, but compare this to the like 1 to 2 years it takes to learn how to code. Right? Like, yes, there's a learning curve here. However, the learning curve comparison is not even comparable. So let me move this over. I want to put this a little earlier. Let's put it right before the review. So I put an image. Let me actually fill this out and see. So I'm going to put an image of me, like I'm leaving a review. Here's the image. And I'm going to give it a rating. Check this out. Now my multiple choice are the same stars I put in place. I'm going to give it 5 stars. was an amazing experience. I have the results of making $100,000 for my course launch, etc. Right? So you write your review, and yes, I have been in this course. And then I click submit up here, boom, and let's see if it worked. Let's see if it worked. My review is right there. Yes, there we go. See how that works? There we go. All right. I'm going to pause here for a second. I'm going to pause. Somebody said if there are multiple courses, how would you require a pre-course field? Well, you're only filling this out. You're only adding review for the course page that you were already on, right? Okay. All right. So this is coming together. There's really the only thing I still have to do is I need to add that button that says I'm interested. And what else did I not do? And then there's one more screen for only the course owners to see, which is interested customers. And then I also need to change it so that people can pay. So just 3 things left on the to-do list. That's pretty good for an hour. What, do you guys have 10 minutes? Can I keep going for 10 more minutes? I want to start putting you in the frame of mind of what I'm thinking about next, because here's the critical point that I'm at. I am 70 to 80% of the way done with my app. That was fast. So what I want to do is I want to start thinking about my marketing now. I want to start thinking about my marketing now. Because, and I'm going to start talking to my people who told me that they were interested now, even though I am not finished yet. Why? Because by the time that I talk to them, get them on board, figure out the right way to talk to them, figure out the right way to get them to see the value, I'll be done. So I'm going to work now on thinking about my marketing, right? Okay, so I'm gonna keep going in my document, but I just have a template for this somewhere. My boot campers probably know where this is, but I'm gonna just write it from scratch. And for those of you who are in my boot camp, I have like a template that you can actually use. But this is my outreach email. Now, if you weren't here on yesterday or the day before, let me update you on what happened, because what happened was I went into a Facebook group that was of a bunch of course creators. And I said, hey, anybody interested in this? I'm building an app to match course creators with potential customers. Leave your email below if you'd be interested. And so I got like 200 people who commented below, who had premium courses, who commented and said, yes, I'm interested. In fact, I did that on Sunday. I have people who are like messaging me on LinkedIn and Instagram, like, you haven't followed up with me yet. Where are you? So I need to follow up with them now. I don't want them to go more than a week without me following up, because then I'll lose them. This is a big mistake a lot of you guys make. You get someone interested and you take too long to go get their money. If they're interested, go get them signed on as a customer. Even if you say, I'm going to have you on the wait list. The wait list will be about 4 weeks, but I've locked you in as one of our early customers. Do that. Even though you're not done, do that. So I need to get to these people. So I need to write an email to them. And here's what, and by the way, I had my virtual assistant do this. My virtual assistant is based in the Philippines, so I think that it costed me like $9 to get all of the email addresses from the Facebook post into a spreadsheet. So this is what she put together for me. You don't have to do that. You can do it yourself. But she put together this spreadsheet for me with the person's name, their email address, and their description of their course. So here's all my interested customers right here ready for me. If you wanted to do something similar, you could go to Fiverr.com, Fiverr.com, and find virtual assistants to do like some of the tedious work to help you out. All right, so let me write my email. Here we go. hey, and I'm going to put in somebody random's name. Whenever I write emails, I write it to a pretend person so that I don't sound like a robot. I actually sound like myself. My name is Tara Reed, and I usually would say I'm the CEO of, and then my app name, but I don't have an app name yet. So even though somebody gave me an idea of classy, I really like that. Let me go with it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to take that idea. And if I want to change it, I can change it at any time. Nobody's going to be like, you changed your name. We don't want to use this because you changed the name of the company. No one cares. All right. Let's do it. And now notice, I'm not worried about, does anybody else have this name? Ooh, I don't know. I can't take this name. The word classy is pretty general. So like if I want to change to classy app, classy courses, classy something else, I can very easily do that. So I'm just going to use this name for now. See how I'm avoiding the distractions, avoiding the self-doubt pit, all of that. I'm just going. So, CEO Classy. My app makes it easy for, and this is where I wrote that makes it easy sentence at the top. I'm going to use the version of my makes it easy sentence for my paying customers. So it makes it easy for course creators to find customers for their online course. Now, the next sentence that I do, and there's a formula for how I write this. The next sentence I do is nod to how I know them. So sometimes I'll do this, by the way, and I'll just find strangers on LinkedIn. Like if I don't know any of the people, I'll just find strangers. So I might say like, I found you on LinkedIn and I wanted to make sure we had a chance to talk. But for me, these people have opted in, and they did that because they commented on a Facebook post and they put their email address in the comments. So I am going to say, I just wanted to follow up with this Facebook post I did in the Course from Scratch group. I might link to it just in case they forgot. Okay, so now I'm going to tell them a story about how this can be valuable to them, right? I need to paint the picture for them in terms of what's in it for them. And this is another thing you guys often really miss. You write messaging about your idea all about you. You're like, the app idea is great. Here's what it does. Da, 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 da. No one cares about that. They just want to know how their life is going to be better if they use it. So that's what I'm going to say next. So there are people in the app who are looking for the next business course. Notice I'm going to be specific. And I'm actually going to make this, in my makes it easy sentence, I'm going to say business related course creators or entrepreneurship created course creators. But I'm not going to do it there. I'm going to do it, makes it easy for course creators to find customers for their entrepreneurship related course. Well, okay. D says, don't forget about landing pages. I'm intentionally not going to build a landing page here. I think that just posting on Facebook is going to get me there faster. This is like a funny side note. I consistently spell the word entrepreneurship wrong. Like spell check has to fix it every time, which is kind of funny to me because I'm an entrepreneur and teach people how to be entrepreneurs. It's kind of funny that I can't spell it. Okay. We all have that like word that we mess up every time, I'm pretty sure. So let's change this. The app will help you. AJ says, how would I add an SMS text when someone signs up? You can use a tool called Zapier, but that sounds like it's in the category of extra bells and whistles that we don't need to start. But you can use a tool called Zapier. Will help people learn about your course and see how it will help them. You can also offer them a coupon code to incentivize people to sign up. And then in the near future, I also plan to add the ability to, I'm going to leave that out. Leave that out. Okay. This tool will be helpful to you because you'll be able to see email addresses of people who have opted in to learn more about your course. It's an easy lead generation machine. Is this something you'd be interested in? Now, this is actually normally how I end my emails. Is this something you'd be interested in? But I kind of want to change this a little bit for this email, only because I already asked them if they were interested in it, and they said yes. So now we're kind of moving to the next step. So what I might do is okay. What do you guys think? I need you guys to weigh in. I could be really bold and I could tell them the pricing right now and ask them which option they want. Or I could wait until later when they actually get into the app and they see the pricing options. Which one do you think I should do? Which one? What do you think? What do you think? Which one should I do? Let me know in the chat. Should I directly in the email tell them the pricing options and ask them which one they want to do? Or should I not get there yet and have them go to the app, add their course as the next step? What do you think I should do? There it says get them to the app. Okay. What else? Wait. Value first, then price. Tracy says tell them now. Erin says wait. Andrew says price. Okay, there's a mix here. Erin said wait and let them see it first. I actually think that that's actually really important. So you guys have like all different ideas here. I can tell where my boot campers are because they're like price up front. I love it. Okay, so here's what I want to do. A lot of you guys are saying you should wait. And the reason you should wait is so that people can see what the value will be. So here's what I'm going to do. Easy. I'm going to take a screenshot of what I got thus far, and then I'm going to put it inside of the app. Megan says free will get them interested. I think that's true, but that's not my goal with this thing. I want to make money with it. If you give people only a free option, no one will pay. And they'll always be pissed off when you ask them to eventually pay because they're like, in my mind, this was free. Like, imagine if Facebook asked you to pay. You would be irate if Facebook asked you to pay because they've trained you that it's free. They have. And we now believe that social networks must be free. Right? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a hybrid. Tamara says, wait until you get to the app. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to my Glide. I'm going to take a screenshot of what I got thus far, even though it's not even finished. And I'm going to put it in my email. So now they know. Here we go. I'm going to put it like right here. Then I'm going to tell them the pricing. Now, Kara has, and a couple other people said something about a discount to try. I actually really like that idea But let me tell you, Jason, yes, Jason says I want to say classy on idea. I'm going to credit it to you. I didn't remember who that was. Yes, thank you, Jason. I don't know if I'm going to keep it, but I'm going to use it for now. Yeah, you guys have great ideas. So somebody said, are trial periods bad? I personally don't like trial periods. I don't. I think they attract a lot of people who will never have any intention to pay. But what I do want to do is I like the idea some of you guys have in the chat about like a special price and a discount to try, right? So let me give people options here. The first round of, okay. I'm going to give people, here's how I'm going to craft this, I think. I want to give them some sort of discount and an incentive, but I don't want to start with free. Like if you start with the low, that's not good. So why don't I start with my premium package? I'll tell them about the premium package. And then if they're like, no, I can't afford that, then I'll say, okay, I have a free plan too. And here's all the things you don't get with the free plan, right? And then let them choose. But what I want to do is I want to give them some sort of incentive, a deadline and incentive to sign up today. I think that's a great idea. So how about I'll be accepting the first round of courses to be listed in the app by, let me just come up with a date that I want to set my deadline for. I'm looking at my calendar on my phone. Let's set it for May 1st. By May 1st, 2020. It costs, this is just the pricing I'm going to start with, $199 to have your app advertised in the, have your course advertised in the app. But I'm happy to give you a discount if you can get in by May 1st. I'm going to then say, is that something you'd be interested in? I'm going to move it around. Pardon my typos. All right, let's read that and see if that makes sense and if that flows as an email. I'm going to fix a typo right now. All right. Hey, Justine, my name is Tara Reid and I'm the CEO of Classy. My app makes it easy for course creators to find customers for their entrepreneurship-related courses. I wanted to follow up with the Facebook post that I did in the Course from Scratch group. I know you're interested in getting help finding new clients. The Classy app will help people learn about your course and see how your course will help them. You can also offer them coupon codes to incentivize people to sign up. And you can see email addresses of the people who have opted in to learn more about your course. It's an easy lead generation machine. And I might not even say lead because that's kind of like an industry term. I might say like customer. Somebody said, how do you feel about the term introductory offer? I think it's fine. It's a little like formal for me. I would rather just position it like I'm doing a favor. Okay. Then there's a picture of the app. Then it says, I'll be accepting the first round of courses to be listed in the app by May 1st, 2020. It costs $199 to have your course advertised in the app, but I'm happy to give you a discount if you can get in by May 1st. I don't even know what the discount is that I'm going to give. I don't think I even need to figure it out now. Is this something you'd be interested in? I think that's pretty good. I'm gonna go with that. So I'm gonna pause here when we pick up on Monday, same time, when we pick this up on Monday, I'm going to send this email to 200 people and see what they say. All right? And then I'll finish up some of those final 3 things that need to get done in the app. Cool. Okay, so last thing, if you found this valuable, please share this link with a friend. As soon as I'm done with live, it's going to turn into the recording. So if you want to watch it, want to review my process, I'm happy to let you do that. If you have any questions for me, like you're interested in working more with me and you want help with your app idea and you want more one-on-one help, or you're interested in my bootcamp program, I'm going to put my email in the chat so you can contact me. This is the best way to get a hold of me. And then if you are interested in bootcamp, I can give you the link for that if you send me an email. Cool. Amy says, how will they receive the list of people who are interested in their course? I drew that screen here. So they'll have a your interested customer screen for people who said, I'm interested. I want you to reach out to me and follow up with me with details or coupons or things about your course. Cool. All right. So yeah, if you guys need help with your own app idea, just shoot me an email and we can talk about it. Cool. All right. I will talk to you soon. Have a really good weekend. Please stay safe and healthy. Please take care of yourself, do what you got to do, and rest a little bit. Can we use the same approach and tools to connect doctors with people looking for counseling sessions? Yeah, there might be some slightly different tools depending on how you want it to look. There's another tool that I like for matching. Jesse says, let them try it first. What do you mean? Are you talking about my customers or are you talking about folks? What does that mean? Tell me what you mean by that. Cool. I'm going to repost my email. But my email is Tara, either Tara or Tara.reed@appster.code.com. They go the same place. Okay, cool. Is this live? Yep. Talk is right to you. Do you do this all by yourself? No, I have a team of other coaches. Some of them might be here, but I have a team of other coaches who specialize in each of the 5 different types of apps. So other folks help me, and I have a whole business, and it's like an online school for building apps. It's called Apps Without Code. Yes. Okay. All right. I do not have a business partner, but I have a team. I do have a team. Okay. All right, cool. I will talk to you guys soon. Share this with anyone if you'd like. Email me, please, and let's talk. All right. Bye.